Hi, I'm Marta. Welcome to my channel and to this new wrap up of basically the 19 books I've read in March, April, and May. So, yeah, I'm going to be quick with this intro because I have 19 books to talk about. That is a lot, and I tend to jump a lot. So, let's do this intro really quick. Basically, obviously, these are my opinions. If you love one of these books and I give it a bad rating, doesn't mean that the book is bad. It's just we have different tastes. So yeah, and I also want to mention this is full of classics, so maybe if you want to find some classic recommendations, this is your video because oh my god, I was in such a classic mood. Like, it is amazing. Okay, I'm going to start with the only book that is only in Spanish, so I can get it out of the way real quick because my channel is obviously in English. So I don't know if you guys speak Spanish. My family, yes, but the rest, I don't know. But basically, I read Solo Chico Más by Susana Herrero. This is the third and last book in an interconnected standalone series. That each book follows a hockey couple, basically. And this third and last book follows these two guys who are in rival teams. And it is just their story. And I really enjoyed everything about it. It was such a fun book. These books are a bit too dramatic, so not for everyone, but they're for me. Yeah, I gave it 4 stars. I read like maybe in a day, so addictive, like really addictive. I'm going to miss this character so much, and I will read every single book that this author puts out. Okay, then for class, I read Alice Adventures in Wonderland. I have the book in Spanish, but I read in English. And basically, I gave this book 3 stars. I obviously knew the story because of the movie. It is basically the same because it is such a short classic. And we follow obviously Alice, who enters this Wonderland world and everything, and we get to know everything that is a bit too strange. Everything is like basically nonsense. And we follow her like growing up and getting more mature. Yeah, it was fun to get to know the interpretation that this book has. They are a bit too creepy, some of them, like a bit too much creepy, but it was a fun story, and I'm happy I finally read this classic because I've been saying I wanted to read it for so long. So yeah, then I read Heavenly Bodies, and it was a bit disappointing for me. I gave it 3 stars, so like it was good, I guess, but I had such high hope, so maybe it is my fault. But yeah, I thought it was going to be a 5 star because it has like everything that I normally like in a romantasy. It has like princesses and prince fighting a bit of like enemies to lovers, or like they are on opposite kingdoms. But yeah, I did not enjoy it that much. Basically, if you don't know what this book is about, we follow Erara, and she is a princess of this kingdom, and she received this prophecy that she was going to fall in love with a star and it was going to kill them both. And the stars are like the gods in this world. People pray to them. So yeah, the star, after hearing this prophecy, goes down and basically kills her family. Yeah, he starts ruling this kingdom. So Elara escapes to another kingdom, and in there she meets this prince, and they basically work together, but they don't get along at first. It is just like the typical romantasy. For me, it was like the mix between romance and fantasy was not my favorite because it was like moments it was just like fighting, fantasy, world building and all of that, and then everything of that type stopped to focus on the romance. And I don't know, I prefer when it is like more mixed. Basically, I don't want to give away too much of the story. It was also a bit too repetitive, like the dialogues and the thoughts, and yeah, but I did enjoy the characters, some of them, and I can see the found family forming. So that's going to be fun. I will read the next book at least because it was really interesting, like the magic system in the world, and I want to get to know more about it. So yeah, like 3 stars. It was good. It wasn't the best for me. Then I read another classic for the same class as Alice, and that is Carmilla. I've been wanting to read this book for so freaking long. It's been on my TBR for years at this point. And if you don't know what this book is about, it's about vampires, basically. It is about a girl who, with her father, she's like walking, I think, and they find this girl, they find this carriage, and this girl who is a bit sick, if I'm not mistaken. So they say, okay, come to our house. So the girl stays there, and the girl is a bit too strange. Everyone knows why, right? And yeah, this is a gothic novella, and it is one of the first vampire books ever written. So it was really fun. I gave it 4 stars, and it is a short classic, and I do think that the English was quite easy. As someone whose first language is not English, that's always good because classics tend to be a bit too difficult for me sometimes, and I need to put a lot of brain into understanding them. So yeah, such a fun classic, and I would recommend it to basically everyone who loves a vampire book. Then I read another book that has been on my TBR for so long, but I didn't like it. I did not like it at all. I gave it 2 stars, and that is Before We Were Strangers. Basically, this is a second chance romance, so I don't like those, like that trope normally. So maybe that's my fault for picking up this book when I don't like the main trope. But I don't know, I had such high hopes for this love story, and I did not like it. I was not rooting for them. I did not like their relationship and their dynamic, and I also got a bit bored by the book. Basically, it follows a dual timeline. We have the present, in which they see each other at the subway, and he writes in a blog like, oh, I saw this girl who I used to know at university and I went to reconnect with her. And then we also have the past timeline, which is them meeting at university and their friendship and the romance and all of that. Yeah, I just didn't want them to end up together. I did not like the characters. So yeah, I just did not like the book that much, which was a beautiful letdown. But it is fine. I know some people love this book, so maybe you can try and pick up the book if you like second chance romance, I would say. Okay, then I read a 5-star book, and it was for the same class, and that is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. I've read multiple Oscar Wilde books, but this is definitely my favorite one. It was such a great book. The way it is written is amazing. It is a bit too dense sometimes, with like all they talk about philosophy, art, like the beautiful things, beauty in life and all that. But I just find really interesting like the decadent writers, so I really enjoyed that. And basically, if you don't know what this book is about, it follows Dorian Gray, who gets his picture painted, and he's like, oh my god, that painting is like so pretty. I want to look like that forever. I don't want to age. I don't want to grow. I want to stay beautiful forever. So the picture starts like aging instead of him. So yeah, it has like some reflections about morality and death and all that. It was so fun. I really love this book. It is one of my favorite classics, like for sure. It is the top with Dracula and the Pride and Prejudice. So yeah, really enjoyed this one. Then I read another 5-star book with, like, it was amazing. And I have a blog of The Picture of Dorian Gray and this next one. But yeah, it is like the most reading in vacation or something like that. But yeah, I read Metal Slinger, and oh my freaking god, this book has been on my like Kindle for months now, and I was scared to pick it up because I've seen such great reviews and I wanted to love it, but I don't know, lately romantasy has not been hitting as it used to be, as it used to hit, so I was quite scared, but it was so good, like it let me speechless, and I need the second book now, and I think it's coming out in June if I'm not mistaken, and I'm so excited for it. Like that day I'm going to sit down and I'm going to read the book like in one sitting. I'm so excited. But if you don't know what this book is about, basically we follow this girl, which I don't remember the name. As always, I'm so bad with character names. And she is a warrior, but she doesn't belong to this like kingdom, maybe. But she has lived here her whole life, and she started training, and all these warriors go to this market in like another kingdom or something like that, and in there she has like an encounter, a bad encounter with a soldier, an enemy soldier, and they have a lot of problems, and she goes back to her home, and the soldier also gets there. So yeah, it is basically you don't know what is happening. It was such an interesting book. I did like a shitty job explaining the plot. Like I know that, but I promise it is so much more than what I told you. But I also don't want to spoil things because I think that the back of the book gives away some like plot twist that you'll be like shocked to, learn and find and all that. I don't know. I made a shitty job explaining it, but you should really like it is really good, I promise. And the romance had me screaming, and the plot twist like oh my god. I'm so excited for the next book. I'm just gonna say that. Read this book, please. Read this book. Okay, then I read the Sun Reading blog, Stepping Up Blood, which is the second book in the Blood and Tea duology by Hafsa Faisal, and I love this author. I have here, I think, yeah, We Free the Stars, which is the second book in the Behind the Flame duology, and the way she writes is just amazing for me. And basically this book follows, also don't remember the name, amazing. I don't remember the name. Oh my god, this is too bad. Okay, we follow this girl who has a tea house that during the day it is a tea house, but at night it becomes a place for vampires. I think you can notice my love for vampires in this video. Yes, it is my one of my favorite creatures to read about. Yeah, and this her tea house has been basically not attacked, but it's a bit in danger, and she decides to form this group of outcasts and try to save her tea house. And it is a bit like Six of Crows, but if Six of Crows made like vampires. So yeah, it was really fun. I gave this second book 4 stars. The first one I think I gave it 4.25. So yeah, just such a fun duology. I love the romance. It was so cute, and there were constantly things happening. I cannot put the book down because there was all these things coming and all these plot twists, and the girl she always has a plan, and you don't get to know that plan until everything has gone down, basically. So yeah, really fun. Okay, then I read a short story or a novella by Avi Jimenez, and I think it is The Full Risk. Yeah, it is part of an interconnected standalone series of different authors, and this was for Valentine's Day, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I did not give it a rating because it is a novella. It is obviously a bit of an insta love, but basically follows these two neighbors who have not met before, but the stairs of the building get taken away. It's a bit like surrealist, but yeah, and yeah, they start hanging out basically, and it has a bit of like trigger warnings and darker themes, so maybe you should check that out. A bit like stalker themes. So yeah, it was interesting to read, but it did not change my life. The romance was like good, normal, I guess. It was just like it is really fast. But yeah, you could read that in one sitting when you feel a bit slumpy or when you just want a short and quick story to read before bed. Okay, then I read In Her Own Life by Liz Stonford, and this is a spin-off of the Windy City series, and it follows the coach of the guys of the third and fourth book. And you know, he's the coach and everyone loves him, but this new like owner of the team comes and they do not get along at first, but they start working together, and it is basically a romance book set in like a sport setting, and it was just like a fun, quick and enjoyable read. I gave it 3 stars because I thought it was a bit too repetitive and it was a bit too much of like spice, you know, it has a bit too much for my liking. But yeah, it was a fun book. I do love the Windy City series, mainly because of the 4th book, Play Alone. So yeah, it was really fun to see these characters again, and it is also on Kindle Unlimited if I'm not mistaken, so I love a good Kindle Unlimited romance. The next book was also a letdown. It has been like months of up and down reads, but yeah, I continue with the Lilar series by Alice Axter, and I read Crowntide and I gave it 2 stars. Mind you, the first 3 books were like in my list of favorites of last year. Yeah, like it's a big change. I did not like this book at all. Like 2 stars was like a bit too generous from my part because I have a hard time giving like ratings to books. But basically, if you know what this picture is about, it is about an island that appears every 100 years, and it appears for the rulers of the 6th kingdom to go and have a competition basically to break the curses that its kingdom has. And we follow Isla, who is the ruler of this kingdom, and she doesn't have magic. So she goes to the competition, but you know, she cannot say that she hasn't got any magic because you know it would be really bad for her. And yeah, it was like really funny. It's like a love triangle and like a competition setting, so I loved all of that. But you know, I've read already 4 books and it is the same plot all over again, like the same thing happening 1, 2, 3 times. Like, oh my god, please, I just want to know who she ends up with, and that's it. I do not care anymore about this world and these characters. I just want to know who she ends up with. I just want everything to end basically, and it's really sad because I love the first 3 books. Okay, then I read another short novella to, you know, just like get in a reading mood, and I love Elena Arma's book. I think you can notice there. I have her 4 books there. So she has a new short story on Kindle Unlimited, which is called I'm Gonna Get You Back, which is like the same of like the Taylor Swift song, but it's really similar. I don't know, that's not important. But yeah, it is a short story, short romance story, and I really enjoyed it because they knew each other before the novella starts, so it's not like instant love. It's the spice. But we follow this girl who is an author, and nothing is going right for her basically. She feels alone, her books are not doing well, and she has a stalker. Yes, So trigger warning. But she goes to this like book fair or whatever, like for signing books. I don't know what it's called in English basically. And in there she reunites with a childhood friend that she used to be in love with, and they haven't talked in a while. So yeah, it's their story, and they basically spend the weekend together. She's scared because of the stalker and all that, but it was such a fun and cute at some points, obviously, a love story. So yeah, I really enjoy it. I do love Irina Arma's books, so I'm biased. She's also a Spanish author, so I'm really biased. Okay, then because I was working and I was bored, I started the Fake Out, which is the second book in the Behind the Net interconnected standalone series. It is not called Behind the Net, the Vancouver Stone interconnected standalone series. And this is fake dating, you know. I love a good fake dating book. I love like a fake dating book, a fake marriage book, marriage of convenience, all that. You know, I love when, you know, they are pretending to be together and they're in love with each other, but they are scared to say it. The tension, I love it. So yeah, I gave this book 4 stars. I had so much fun. I love the 2 main characters. They were so cute and so perfect for each other. I love Rory, he's the best. And the girl was also amazing, which I don't remember the name. Yeah, like I cannot memorize names for the sake of my life. Like, oh my god. It basically follows them. They used to know each other in high school. She used to tutor him. They were not friends whatsoever. She was dating a guy who ended up being a hockey player, but everything ended up really, really bad. So she now despises hockey players, but she starts working for Rory's hockey team, and her ex comes back to the team. Comes to the team, and she's like, "I know I'm dating Rory, so yeah, I don't care about you. I'm dating Rory." And Rory and her, she doesn't like Rory at all, you know. Rory is obsessed with her since like the first date, but she doesn't like him. But they start fake dating, and I love Rory so much. Like, he is one of the best main character I've ever read in a romance book. I said it. So yeah, it was really fun. A bit too spicy for my liking, but really fun nonetheless. And now I'm reading the 3rd book, which, by the way, I filmed this the 31st of May, but I'm not going to finish my current read. Like, I'm not going to finish it, but I'm reading the 3rd book in the series, and it's like really fun, by the way. Okay, then I've read something that has basically been like my life these past 2 weeks. My life has revolved around this book series, and that is the Anne of Green Gables series. There are 8 books. I've read 5 of them. I have the other 3 on my TBR, and let me tell you, they are one of my favorite classics, like, ever. I'm obsessed. I love Anne. She's my everything. If you don't know what this book is about, basically we follow Anne, who is an orphan, but she gets adopted by by Marilla and Matthew, which are brother and sister, and it basically follows her life. This first book follows like the TV series, like TV show of Netflix, the Anna with an E, and I love Anne. She is the best. She never shut up, like never. She has her own monologue, and she doesn't care if people are not listening to her. She's going to continue talking, and that is so me, like so me. And she's like so nice and friendly with everyone. She has like the best personality ever, and I love her so much. So yeah, I gave this first book 5 stars. Then the second book, which is Anne of Avonlea, I gave also 5 stars. This follows Anne when she's 17 years old, and love her. Then the third book, Anne of the Island, I gave this book 4.75. It was really good, but not as good as the first two in my opinion. Then the fourth book, Anne of Winnie Poplars, I gave 4.5, because this is by everything like narrated by letters, and it was like only Anne's letters, so I would have loved to see more like letters that she received basically, but really good. And the last book I've read of this series, it is Anne's House of Dreams, and I gave it 4.5. I love them, and I'm so excited to read the next books of the series. So yeah, love them. And then last but not least, I've also read The Correspondent. It has been all over my For You page, like both YouTube and TikTok, and people love this book, and I thought I was going to love it, and I did really enjoy it. I gave it 4 stars, but I don't know, I thought it was going to be different, I guess. But we followed this woman who is 72 or 73, I'm not sure. She writes letters and emails to everyone. So yeah, we're just following her correspondent, the letters she writes and the ones that she receives. And yeah, we followed this for several years, and we get to know her character and how she is with people, how her life has been, and everything. And I did not cry. I thought I was going to cry. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, but I thought it was going to be different. But I can see why people absolutely adore this book. So yeah, like it was really good, really good. And that is all for me. I don't know how long I've been talking. I hope this video is not too long. Maybe because I need to edit this, and yeah, I don't want to listen to myself for hours. No, please. Yeah, I really hope you enjoyed it and you found some good recommendations. And if you want to watch some more videos of me, you should subscribe and maybe like and comment. So yeah, I'll see you on the next one really soon, hopefully. Bye.